Easy peasy.
You already did the hard stuff.
Yeah.
This is a piece of cake.
I feel like the ceremony was more stressful than the actual event.
Was it?
Yeah. Because we were Swinnerton was the last one, so it was like waiting and then hearing everybody how great we did. It was brutal. I feel like we were super prepared. Well, my name is Jordan Miles. I've actually just started new school about a year ago. I transferred in from an architectural community college. Decided to switch majors to the construction management role just because I saw myself more as a leader in the industry and actually wanted to be out in the field and putting the building together. Fourth year CM student, so 4 more months and then hopefully I got my feet in the industry and I can just work my way up to the top. And I would shoot for either project management or superintendent, and then based on whichever I see best fit, then I'll just hopefully keep moving up in that hierarchy. Well, the Reno it gives you that firsthand experience as to what it's actually like in the field, whereas going to school, you're always reading books, you're always kind of reading lessons learned and kind of trying to pick up on what other contractors and people did. But actually going through the Reno experience allowed what it's actually like putting a schedule together, actually kind of working side by side with the designers to kind of see their thought process. It kind of gives you that what actually takes to submit an RFP and what actual work goes into it instead of putting a report together on an article you read or a project you researched. So it's very good insight of the real world. The phase in the project that sticks out the most to me would probably be the pre-construction, because that's kind of where all the pre-planning and everything kind of takes place to actually be the most highest benefit to the owner. So as long as you do like the proper pre-planning, then if you've done it correctly, then hopefully throughout the lifespan of the actual construction, it should be somewhat smooth sailing from there. On the team, the role I played was being the senior scheduler, which in class, they give you kind of that like 25 activities, the durations, and you kind of figure out the proper way that you think it would be sequenced. But with Reno, it was kind of nothing like that at all. It was kind of start from blank, put together your own template. Just the design process alone was, I think, like 150 activities because we wanted to show each level of detail. Every phase of the schedule from pre-construction to construction to closeout was huge in scheduling, because I feel like I've learned a lot. So now when I take it to the field and we talk about the schedule, I may know the same amount, if not more, than some of the subs that I can kind of assist with them on their sequencing and phasing. Well, Balfour Beatty can help the school and even myself. They kind of already helped a lot with just being a part of the Reno team, kind of giving us that insight of what the owners are looking for, kind of what the whole design build process is, instead of reading about it and kind of taking bits of information of what you think it means, but actually hearing them discuss of what it's like and what actually takes place, I felt was already kind of a huge benefit that Balfour Beatty has provided. Moving forward would just be the opportunity of staying part of the industry, staying in contact, and being a part of something big. On that day that we went, I was unable to, but I've been to the office before, and what I did with some of the team members is I gave them a list of questions of what I would like to figure out about the schedule. And then after they came back that following day, we kind of met up for about an hour or two and just kind of did a brainstorm orientation as what was discussed. And it wasn't just simply alone information about the schedule. It was what was discussed about the design, what was discussed about the estimate, the project manager role. That way it's, because I'm working side by side with each of them, so it's what was discussed with them is probably something I'm gonna have to implement. So figuring out what all information was discussed in a whole was pretty crucial. The things Balfour Beatty can do to kind of help us students succeed in the future, I would say is just the job site tours and kind of meeting and greeting the industry professionals like superintendents, the project managers, just because they're the ones working with the subs, doing the work and all that. So I mean, actually seeing the work take place in the field is another big thing, because you kind of see the details as what components go together, but then once you see it in person, it's kind of like more of a realization of wow, like, because I mean, the projects move so quickly, where when we visit 1 month and then come back in another month or even a couple weeks, the walls might be closed up, which is a totally different perspective. So I think just gaining that exposure that Buffer BD is able to provide is huge.